Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, I'm back with another monster review for you guys. We have the newest ancestral for the new era, guys, and that is Zennomusuko. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is the newest ancestral monster that's coming out, and today I'm going to do a full review from level 1 to 150 rank 5. We have first exclusive access, so I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's gonna get started. Alrighty guys, so take a look at this. We have the newest ancestral here. We have 9,000 cells, more than enough that we need. Let's go ahead and head over to our storage, and I'm just gonna go through the ancestral. There it is, look at that. So this right here, guys, he is the newest ancestral. That's a funny design we got. Like, why does he have that on his head? It's a water and thunder support with damage buff skills and his specialist trait. That's actually really good. And we have Essen with mask. That is so good. Part of the good legions. Let's go. Yo, this is going to be good. I can already tell this is going to be good. Now, before we do continue, guys, I want to give a huge thanks, special thanks to Social Point for basically sponsoring this video again, giving us early access for review, for me to review this monster for you guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. Was that a dragon? I thought I saw some kind of dragon or something. But before we get into anything crazy, I do want to actually rank the monster up, because let's might as well rank it up and then head over towards like maxing it up, by leveling it up. So at rank 1, you're gonna get hardened. So hardened is something you're gonna unlock. First, you have like immunity to blind, if I'm not mistaken. Then you get hardened. At rank 2, you know what I mean? That's classic. You never get anything. But at rank 3, let's see what we're getting. We get anticipation. So that is where you want to get this monster to, at least. You know what I mean? To make it somewhat decent because of that anticipation trade. And usually by rank 2, I think it is, or maybe rank 3, I think it's rank 2, you unlock all the skills. So you might as well try to get it a little bit further and try to get it to that rank 3 because of that anticipation. Then you get area evasion. It's not just to himself, but it's for everybody. Yo, do we have a new Elvira here? And then last but not least, 25% damage boost. Wait, applies 25% damage boost to itself on his first turn. Shouldn't this be to everybody in the team? Because this is a support, right? He wouldn't need that damage boost. Maybe that's just an error. They're probably gonna go ahead and update that. I'm not sure. We'll have to see, I guess. But maybe that'll get updated, maybe not. Maybe that's just the way it's supposed to be. Maybe it'll help towards his awakening, possibly. So that could be a thing. But anyways, the ultimate weight of legacy. It disables traits on all enemies, deals massive special damage to all enemies, applies boiling and shock. Ooh, 2 tortures. I like that. And then on top of that, you are trait disabling, which is nice because you're opening up the path a little bit up, you know what I mean, for your other monsters. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and start feeding this monster up. I already saw like removing all tortures from all allies. That's probably going to be something that we're going to see later on. Probably like a remove negative status effect, possibly. Or it'll probably be like a removing torture from everybody and then applying some kind of damage boost. I can definitely see that happening. I really hope it's an NER though. If it is, that's going to be 100%. Like, that's going to make this monster from here all the way up here, you know what I mean? I really like monsters with like full team NER. Those are really good. We get 62,816 strength, 1.897 million life, and 34,048 speed. Wow, those stats are great. The stats are crazy. This one removes positive status from all enemies. It deals moderate to damage and applies electrified, so you're blocking out dodge area. Cool. Okay, I'll take that. You're opening up the path a little bit. Let's see what else we have here. Removes all tortures from all removes all tortures and applies evasion and damage boost. I told you, did I not? Let's go. I like that skill. That skill's cool. That skill is amazing. Let's see what else we have here. Applies a random damage boost and a random elemental haters. Oh, this could be nasty. Yo, 100% I'm carrying that. Heck yeah. What else do we have here? Removes positive status from one enemy, gains 1 extra turn, applies a random boost to... Wait, a random damage boost to an ally, gains an extra turn? I really like that too. Yo, this could be a really good pair up with JJ. I mean, it could be with any attacker, but JJ especially. Well, this skill gotta go, so that's good. At least we can swap this out here. So remove positive status effect, an extra turn, that would be nice. But we already have a PER here. But electrified though, I mean, here's the thing, trust me. Electrified and other status effects, they come in handy at their own times. But like, I'd rather use like an AoE skill to break off the dodge area, even though it's going to take 2 turns. But then this monster is really like, I feel like it'd be better if we just end up running the random damage boost, right? Instead of this. A lot of you guys are probably going to argue about this, and that's okay. I personally am going to run the 3 extra turn skills plus this one right here. So this is something I'd personally recommend running, but again, other players like to run it differently, so I totally get that. Oh, look at that. Any ally receives damage buff. 10 charges needed. So 10 times you get your awakening. Okay. And that awakening is not too bad either. So you can probably cycle between these actually. So you can start off with something like this because it's 1 turn cooldown and then move up. Yeah, you can actually infinitely attack with this monster. You can basically get the awakening within the first turn if you do it correctly. Now, he is going to get a +1 from his extra damage boost to himself, so that helps a little bit. But here for the essence, you have a lot of options, honestly. You could do like a Meter Genesis SN, you could do Barbarian's SN. You can even go as old school as like a Euro lesson if you want, but I don't think anybody want to go that far. Adventures SN would be pretty cool if you want to do that. Shadow Yana's SN. I might just do Maters, honestly. And then for the mask, there are actually a lot of options. But what I would personally recommend for the mask, I know I always tell you, yes, Horvox's mask, but this is one of the times where I'm like, that should be one of your last options, because usually that works better for an attacker or like monsters that actually deals damage, unless you're going to carry his AoE skill that deals damage, the one that we removed just earlier. But Fury Doja mask is probably one of the best ones you can give. Either that or like a Tetsuma's mask, one of the two. I'm probably going to do Fury Doja mask, and then I'm going to actually level this thing up because we do need to level it up a little bit. We're going to get it to level 40, and that should be better now. Now, you can't really go wrong with who you pair this monster up with. Florian, on the other hand, I mean, this one, if you want to make this go first so you can open up the path a little bit for the monster, because, you know, cold blood piercing through, you could probably disable like Anspation. I'm pretty sure he has a skill like that, no? Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. I thought I saw something like that. Maybe it's a different monster. But yeah, Florian won't be bad. But I'd probably say the best ally would be JJ. I know there's also a Kira that you can use, but you know, JJ is probably going to be one of his like best buddies in my opinion. And the cool thing about using JJ is that you don't really need to necessarily run any strength runes. If you're going to be pairing it up with this monster, I'd probably recommend just going with full speed. I actually have to remove some of these runes. I do need to carry that 2 speed runes here, so I'm just going to remove it from Aspero as well. And we're just gonna I don't have any 11s to switch with. I'm gonna have to remove those and give this monster full level 10 speed runes. Something like this is what I would recommend, but you still want, you know, this monster to take in the first turn. So even if you do triple speed on JJ and triple speed on this monster, it will still balance out and this monster will still take in the first turn. Now, as far as the runes, like I said, speed would work for this monster. You could even mix it up with team speed if this monster is way too fast and you want another monster to take in the turn, you know what I mean, right after, but you want the speed to be a lot closer than usual, then yeah, you could definitely run something like that. I was going to run a Supreme Armor because I give JJ the Honor Dojo, but it doesn't really matter. I'd probably do Honor Dojo for that and just mix, you know what I mean, or give this monster Killer X Armor for the stamina. But since JJ is 126, I might actually switch it out though. I'm actually going to swap this out though for sure, and we're going to do the random damage boost that gives an extra turn, just so JJ gets awakened a little faster, although I don't think he really needs that because this monster is probably going to awaken him, you know, without him getting a turn or needing to get a turn basically. But yeah, this is going to be really fun. I might actually just do a team speed here just because my JJ is pretty slow because of the speed difference or level difference. So 61k, 37k, I'm pretty sure with that team speed there and more team speed, that's going to balance out a little bit. Alrighty guys, so here we are in battle testing out the newest Ancestral. I'm super excited because I actually want to see what this monster's all like up to basically, what it's all about, right? So take a look at this. This is the way you want it to be basically, although I'd probably do another extra team speed just because JJ is super slow here. Because you want that speed to be as close as possible. But anyways, we're going to do a random damage boost to an ally. So this is what you want to start off with. So as you guys can see, just like this, just a random damage boost. He gets a +1. Then I'm going to do a random damage boost plus the Elemental Hater, and that's a +2. It counts as a +2 because the Elemental Hater is technically, you know what I mean, something that'll count towards that. And then you can either do this skill or you can actually go back to the random damage boost just like that. And then kind of like switch between the two, just like this. Magic Hater there too, and he gets his awakening. just like that, ladies and gentlemen. I really wish JJ had like a skill mirror. That would have been pretty sick, because then you would just like keep switching between the two. But looks like we ran out of time, so I'm just gonna do a random damage boost. And looks like he got a +3 as well. I forgot it. Yeah, he gets his awakening as well there from damage boost. We could have actually helped him out a little bit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and open up the path. You know what I mean? To kind of take control over the whole battle here. So just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we got control over the whole battle. Now he does have skill mirror there. I don't want to mess with that too much. What we can do is we could probably do the mega stun skill, or we could do the 100% damage mirror, just something like this, you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. And then these monsters are going to lose a turn, so they can't really do anything once they get a turn. Yep, they're just going to lose that turn. You have your Megaton that's going to take all those like random, like, you know, whatever it is. They're just going to take it, and then you have your you know, Megaton here taking in the damage if there is any, something like that. But back to basically cycling your damage boost, and this way you can basically kind of like have JJ take control over the whole battle. That way, you know, he never really, or like you never really lose control over the battle. Like the enemy is never going to take control over it, because this is like the best monster with JJ. And then you can even do this to yourself, so you can actually get your awakening as well. Because with him, if I'm not mistaken, this one disables trade as well, massive damage, and also of course there's your other thing. But you can even get evil mark besides all those other stuff. I'm just gonna do 5 petals here. Some players might you know, mess around and like decide to run like a you know, Zyron's Essence or any kind of Essence that would give stamina to the monster. I can see that happening, obviously, you know what I mean, instead of like running a revival Essence, because if you know you're gonna have control over the battle like this, you don't want to really like, you know, you don't want to just switch out with like an Essence, revival Essence, when you don't really need it. That's to be like extra safe if anything goes south. But honestly, sometimes I like taking risks. I don't think this monster, you know, really needs any of that. Now you can even stack it up even more and give more and more damage boost. But I think here with JJ, I don't have the Kilrock's armor. Oh, I have Honor Dojo armor, even better. Oh yeah, so with Honor Dojo, yeah, look at that. You're basically able to always pierce through everything, because you remember with JJ, no matter if there's evasion, there's Megaton, whatever it is, he is gonna go through it. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, like you basically win the whole battle. It's insane. Like this is just too crazy. And some of you guys are like, oh, this monster's gonna get the turn, now he's gonna do something like this where he gains evasion. Well, guess what? I can just use my extra turn skills again, give JJ what he needs in order for me to get my awakening again. And yeah, like I said, he's just gonna pierce through everything, which is like stupid. This is so stupid. It's like stupid broken. I really like this. Yeah, this is gonna be the best ally for JJ. Like, look at that. That's my 3rd time getting my awakening. That is insane. Yo, this is crazy. This is gonna be the best, one of the best, actually, never mind, the best monster in the game. Like in terms of support, this is gonna be the best monster, guys. You 100% want to invest in it. You guys can see how broken this thing is. If you pair it up with the right ally, it can be really good. But yeah, so even that damage boost, I'm pretty sure that's just the way it's supposed to be, because of his awakening, you know what I mean, kind of help him out. But who knows, maybe he'll probably get buffed later on, and that damage boost will probably turn into like an all ally kind of damage boost, you know what I mean, not just to himself. But oh my gosh, I just saw this. Oh wow, awaken mode, you get area triple damage with pierce. Oh, even better. So yeah, if there's Megaton, guess what? That trade disable is actually gonna go through the Megatons. And yeah, yo, that's some crazy stuff. This is the best supporter right now in the game. I don't care what anybody says. This is the best supporter right now in the game. So once he goes out, guys, once he goes live, make sure to invest in it, because he is something else for sure. This is like a demon, literally. So we have 48 stamina costs, 54, 36, 36. Stamina costs aren't really too bad. I mean, the highest one is this one, which you're barely going to use. I feel like the ones you're really going to use are basically going to be these 3, specifically these 2, which are only 36 stamina costs and 1 turn cooldown, which is really good. So its cooldown's actually not too bad. He can unlimitedly kind of like use those extra turn skills to kind of like cycle through. So he's basically an infinite attacker, which is really good. So I really do like that. I don't think, I know for sure this is going to be the next meta. So make sure to invest in it, guys. He's going to be available very soon in the game. Also, you know, go ahead and scan my QR code that's going to be on the screen. That's going to get you access to going into the game and basically obtaining a sponsor to your Conjuring event. And also, if you want to hit the link in the description down below instead of scanning it, go ahead and do that as well and get yourself a sponsor, guys, through the Conjuring. But that's going to be pretty much it. Again, huge thanks to Social Point for allowing me to review the sponsor so early for you guys. But that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, guys. Peace out.